won the first team CIL All-League both sophomore and junior year. He would like to thank Coach Kimberling for his development in football, either on the field or in the weight room. I would like to thank Coach North for working the line for all 4 of my years. Thank you to Coach Pooler for stepping in my last year and being a great mentor throughout the season. I've learned a lot from you and I am grateful. I want to thank my family for always being there at the games and supporting me. Lastly, I would like to thank God for giving me the heart and strength to come out on this field every year and day and push myself to do great things. Mr. Ethan Spencer. Our next senior is Mr. Alexander Jones. He's accompanied by his father Bradford, his mom Melissa, his little brother Jax, sister Kathy, his brother Stetson, his wife Desi, and their kids Brady and Savannah. He's been 13 years in the Kellogg football program. He plans to attend college and play football or work in the construction field. He would like to thank my family for helping me through this sport since I was 5, and my coaches for teaching me how to play football throughout my career. And I hope to meet more people through this sport in the future. Mr. Alexander Jones. Our next senior, Mr. Wyatt Story. He's accompanied by his mom and dad, Mike and Russell, and sister Peyton, and brother Colton. He's been 9 years in the football program. He plans on working in the Forest Service in the summer and apply himself to a trade in the fall. He's just not sure yet. He said, I'd like to recognize my mom and dad. They never missed one of my games and have always been my #1 supporter since day one. I would also like to recognize one of my best friends in high school, Coleman, who has stuck this sport out with me when no one else would. Through all the hard times, and not just in football, but in life, I am very thankful for him. Me, Coleman, and Kyle are the last 3 players from our Storm League. I am very thankful for these 2 and appreciate all the great memories and times I've had with them. I would also like to thank my coaches for all the time and effort they have put into this amazing team. Big thanks to all the underclassmen who make all the days that you don't want to be at practice enjoyable. Thank you. Mr. Wyatt Story. Our next senior is Mr. Kyle Van Vliet. He's accompanied by his mom, Tiffany Height, his stepdad, Tony Height, his sister, Penny May, cousin and Aunt Sarah, and Deline Miller, grandparents, Tom and Vicki Benson, and Grandpa Brian Van Vliet. He's been 8 years in the football program. He plans on attending NIC and start a career in diesel mechanics. He would like to thank all of my family up here and with me today for either taking me to practices, running me back and forth to and from games, and always coming to support me whether I was going to play or not. I appreciate all of you guys. A huge thank you to coaches Kimberling, Davidian, Pankey, Corey, and Pooler for pushing me to compete at my best level and always having faith in me. Finally, thank you to coaches Scott, Bertie, and Bush for believing in me and showing that all the goals I have set for myself are truly achievable, and for turning me into the athlete and man I am today. And a big thank you to all of my supporters. Mr. Kyle Van Vliet. Our next senior, Mr. Coleman Blaylock. He's accompanied by his father Wayne, his mother Stephanie, sister Sadie, memory of his brother Wyatt, and grandparents Reese and Christy, Jenny and Steve. He's been 10 years with the football program. He'd like to continue his senior project and become a paramedic. He was first team All CIL wide receiver in 2023. He would like to thank his teammates. You guys showed me what true brotherhood is, and I'll never forget that. I'd also like to thank Wyatt and Kyle especially. We are the only 3 left from our middle school team. Thank you guys for sticking through it with me. I'd lastly like to thank my mom and dad. You guys have been by my side no matter what. You guys are the reason that where I am today. Thank you guys. You are the best. I love you. Mr. Coleman Blaylock. And our final senior tonight is Mr. Russell Fields. He's accompanied by his sisters, Gracie and Faith, his brother Jack, Jacob Camacho, my nephews Paxton, Ashton, Elijah, and my nieces Reagan and Paisley. He's been 2 years in the football program. He wants to go to a special effects school to learn how to make practical effects for movies. I would like to thank Corey North because he has always pushed me to be better. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Davidian and Mr. Kimberling for always supporting me. Last but not least, I would like to give a shout out to my sister Grace for always supporting me and always being there when times got rough. I would also like to thank my teachers for making sure I keep my grades up. Thank you to all my friends for wonderful memories in high school career. Go Wildcats. Mr. Russell Fields. Let's give one more round of applause to the class of 2025. Would everybody please rise and remove your hats if you're wearing them for the presentation of colors by the Marine Junior ROTC Color Guard. The Color Guard tonight is Second Lieutenant Nolan Haru, Cadet First Sergeant Aiden Flynn, Cadet Corporal Johnny Knight, and Cadet Lance Corporal Evan Knight. The national anthem will be played by the Kellogg High School Band under the direction of Mr. Hunter Strobel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Josh McDonald alongside Cody Kroc, Simon Miller. It's Wildcats Live, and we are coming to you from Teeters Field. Beautiful night, a little chilly, for your Kellogg Wildcats taking on the Grangeville Bulldogs in a pretty big-time clash. The Wildcats coming fresh off a win over New Plymouth last week. 2-point win. Could have been a 10-point win, but I think on the last possession they got a little cute on defense, knowing that if they let New Plymouth kind of run the clock would expire and they would have a chance to get the win. But nonetheless, Wildcats get a win. Big time. Grangeville comes in with I believe a 5-2 record, including an undefeated record in league, similar to the Wildcats. Really, this is a kind of a win and you're in situation for the playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Wildcats, should they not come out on top, they're going to have another opportunity really to potentially find themselves in a playoff position when they play Priest River next week. However, the easy route would be to knock the Bulldogs off here tonight and, put yourself in the playoffs. So, running through starting lineups. Apparently, we're already in starting lineups here. These Bulldogs come in with a senior-heavy team. 12 seniors. My goodness, that must be nice. We just got done with our senior night festivities. We literally have half the seniors they do. Starting for the Bulldogs, senior wide receiver, number 1, Thane Williams. Senior, number 2, quarterback, David Goikoa. Sophomore wide receiver, number 4, Tate Thacker. Senior, number 8, tight end, Tayden Wasmuth. Sophomore, number 18, Troy Long. Senior, number 36, running back, Cooper Poxleitner. Senior, number 50, Talon Brown. Senior, number 66, Bo Bruzas. That's a sweet name, Bo Bruzas. That's a good football name. He's an offensive lineman. Senior offensive lineman, number 75, Parker Farmer. Sophomore offensive lineman, Carson Astle. And junior offensive line, number 79, Traven Sickles. So starting for your Wildcats on the defensive side of the ball, number 2, a junior, Andrew Lewis. Number 3, a junior, wide receiver and defensive back, Drayden Taylor. A junior, number 5, defensive back and linebacker, Radley McDonald. A sophomore defensive back, Ty Cheney. A sophomore linebacker, number 21, Talon White. A junior defensive back, Chase Scribner. Number 41, a senior defensive back, Wyatt Story. A senior defensive back, number 45, Coleman Blaylock. A junior defensive lineman, AJ Peak. Senior linebacker, Ethan Spencer. Senior defensive line, Kyle Van Vliet. And that's it. That's your starters on the defensive side for the Wildcats. Cody, we've watched just about every game this year. Wildcats can score the ball with the best of them.
100%.
You got to stop. You got to figure out the defense. That has been where we've struggled.
Absolutely. Stop the run. That's been our biggest deal.
Yeah. And that boils down to us being a smaller team, a younger team. We don't have a ton of size. A lot of our bigs are playing both ways. I am reminded to previous teams that Kellogg's had where they've employed, instead of the bigger defensive linemen, sometimes it might behoove them to go with some of the smaller guys, get off the line quicker. Oh, gosh, going with all the seniors as captains. Six seniors walking out here. Hopefully they can all decide on which side of the coin to pick. Maybe one of them's already been given that. But if I think back to Dayton Bauer, who was a really good defensive lineman for the Wildcats, coming in at, maybe 5'11" and 175 pounds, soaking wet. And he was, I believe, an all-league defensive lineman for the Wildcats a few years ago. That might be the strategy here. Grangeville's going to play fast. I've seen them play already once this season. I watched them knock off Timberlake. So, we know what our weaknesses are. We know where teams are going to look to exploit us. We're going to have to be the aggressors on defense, and then offensively, I really feel like you can't not score.
Offensively, we're going to have to establish dominance right off the bat. If we get the ball first, we're going to have to march it down. Yeah. Whether we score or not, just show we can move the ball.
Right. And, the last few weeks, even in losses, the Wildcats have gone 300 yards, 400 yards, 500 yards of offense. So moving the ball is not a problem. It's really about not turning it over, play a clean game, find your receivers, and then, we got to get off the ball quick. So let's see what the result of our coin flip is. Looks like the Wildcats won. They're going to defer. So they're going to kick the ball to the Bulldogs. So Wildcats will start on defense. It's going to be this game's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be a shootout, and that's what I think Kellogg has to do in order to potentially win. And if not, then it feels like maybe Grangeville could run away with it. But
yeah, they can't let it get out of their grasp.
They're not built to come back.
No.
Kellogg's not built to come back.
We don't have the sideline for it.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at the roster that we have in front of us here for Grangeville, and it looks like there's a whole lot more guys on that sideline than we have on our roster.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, you've got 11 starters there, and then I bet there's probably, I think I counted 31 warming up, so there's definitely more than, there's not 31 names on this list. So AJ peeked to kick off here. Wildcats have also had some struggles with special teams. So, finish your tackles. Let's keep a good kick there from Pete. Going to go down about the 16-yard line. And brought down at looks like the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. So a 25-yard return for the Bulldogs. So we'll see what David Goykoa and the Bulldogs have. This is a Grangeville team that will throw the ball, and they'll throw it confidently. Goykoa led them on a 93-yard drive to stun Timberlake in the season opener. So the skill is there. Under center, inside handoff, and going to rip off a run there, looking for a number. See who it is on the
Pox-Leitner.
Was that Pox-Leitner?
I think so, number 36.
Yep. So that is Cooper Pox-Leitner. That's a name you're probably going to hear. Bulldogs going hurry up. They're going to hand it off to Pox-Leitner again, and he's got another big hole right up the middle. Same hole, and he's more than happy to run with guys on him. And that's a huge pickup. 25-yard run there for the senior running back. And just like that, the Bulldogs have marched into Kellogg territory. And until they show you otherwise, that hole's open again. Same play. Same play. Wildcats are going to stop him just shy. Ooh, Wildcats recover a fumble. Ball pops out. It looked like Pox-Leitner came out of the game, and I believe number 3, senior Terry Ike, in there, and he's going to fumble, costly fumble.
And I didn't see the ball pop out until. Oh, yes.
On the replay, great camera work. Simon filling in for Buck Coe here.
I'm here all night.
Wildcats going with their stack receiver set. This is an opportunity, I think, take a shot early. Send a man in motion. Pitch to the outside. Drayden Taylor's going to fire one. Has Radley McDonald.
Oh.
Can't quite get there. Interesting play call. That was kind of cute for our opening play, but, take shots, right? And this is the set. I think this is where the Wildcats really flourished against New Plymouth. They go with, this is not a jumbo set. It's just a regular split set, but 2 tight ends for the Wildcats. It gives them a little additional blocking, gives Porter Lewis a little bit of time. Hand the ball off to Andrew Lewis, and Lewis is going to gain maybe a yard, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Not sure. Nope, it's going to be no gain on the play. And now the Wildcats find themselves in the 3rd and really long. And Grangeville's defensive line, they're not super big, but they're super athletic. Pass into the flat. McDonald can't make the grab. A little underthrown there. And it's going to be 4th and 9 now. So frustrating sequence of downs right there for the Wildcats. Wildcats with opportunities there. I'm actually a little, I guess on the comeback route, when you get cute with the halfback pass, you probably aren't looking, and this is good scouting right there by the Bulldogs. Good punt by Drayden Taylor. Going to drop in just shy of the 50 and take a great bounce. And the Wildcats will cover down at the 36. So nothing out of the turnover. Had an opportunity in that pass to Radley McDonald in the flat. Hit him in the hands, got to make a play. Got to make sure we're hitting our guys in stride, though, where they're not having to bend down and get it. That was something that I talked about a little bit earlier this week with some of the sports guys over in Coeur d'Alene, where it feels like Porter Lewis is making the right reads, but maybe a little underthrown there.
Well, I think with Porter, too, sometimes he's thinking he doesn't have the time that he's being allowed right now, because our line has gotten considerably better throughout the year. We watched, and even really, we watched in week 1. They were just dominated. It was kind of embarrassing down there in Moscow. Week 2, down in Ashton against North Fremont, if the game was only 12 minutes long, we were really good. Absolutely.
And but then a few injuries and a little bit of fatigue. Great penetration by Talon White. Talon White with the initial contact. Radley McDonald with the tackle there to finish the playoff. And that's something we haven't seen from the Wildcats in a while. We have not seen them making any sort of contact in the backfield with guys. And, that's going to be key to the Wildcats' success, is they're going to have to get teams behind the sticks. Quarterback keeper, page out of St. Mary's playbook, that little scrum.
The old tush push.
Oh, and you know what? That's really the secret. That's, if anyone has watched film on Kellogg this year, the key is, that middle is not really good at getting the initial push. Goikoa under center. You don't see a lot of guys go under center. And Goikoa's going to roll out. He's going to find a guy wide open. And I'm hard to see the number there. I want to say it's 8, Taden Wasmith. Huge pickup there, and Wasmith was wide open. I don't know if a linebacker missed coverage or what the situation was.
It was almost like a tight end screen or something, because that quarterback was not feeling rushed at all.
Goikoa under center, going with the scrum again. Ball comes out again, and the Wildcats recover for a second time.
That looks really familiar. Same spot and everything.
Sheesh. 2 turnovers by the Bulldogs here. Now they're going to have to do something with it. Goikoa just rushing there, and the ball comes out. And, to the Wildcats' credit, it's cold. The temperature's dropping. It was a fairly warm day, so things are a little slippery here early on. Wildcats going with their spread set here. Porter Lewis drops back, rolls out, has room.
Lots of room.
Great block there, picks up and then gets a first down.
Wyatt had a great block coming back at him.
Great block there by Story. Let's check the replay here. Porter sees it, sees his lane, rolls out. Wyatt coming across and just stops. And fortunately, it's the weird rule about how you're able to block as opposed to what's considered an illegal block. Great move by the senior there. Lewis drops back. We have linemen on the ground.
That's not good.
And that's, Porter might have just lost all the yards he gained there. Tough sledding for the sophomore QB here. Wildcats might have elected not to sub there and just tried to go quick while Grangeville was subbing. Line up and go. Too busy waiting for sign language from the side. Second and 17. Taicini on the grab. Going to get 7 on the catch. Going to make it a 3rd and 12 now. Wildcats get a little plus yardage there. after the sack. 7 minutes here left in the first quarter, still 0-0. Wildcats have allowed 2 deep drives, and then good block there by Andrew Lewis. Going to fire in the rollout. Ooh, and Coleman Blaylock trying to come back to catch it. A lot of contact there. And we're going to see another punt from Drayden Taylor. First punt was a good one. Bounced all the way down to the 36-yard line. Wildcats with some personnel issues right now. Going to get off the field. There they are. Good snap. Drayden's going to get it. Almost blocked. Gets it off. And this one will bounce out right about the 50. So Wildcats get a first down and then some on a quarterback keeper from Porter Lewis. And then subsequently, Porter gets sacked on the next play. So some tough sledding here. 2 turnovers for the Bulldogs, 2 punts for the Wildcats. And I am willing to bet that not many people would have guessed that was how the first half of this first quarter would go. Handoff, penetration, missed tackle there. I think that was Andrew Lewis who got the initial penetration there. McDonald making the tackle 6 yards later. And our defensive line kind of getting pushed around a little bit. They've forced 2 fumbles here. And I have to imagine that Coach Adams probably isn't going to want to go to that scrum, at least not in the red zone. It's been a poison pill in the red zone. Yeah, at least not this play.
6 to 7 out of time, that's what
When they played, that tight end hide was a play action. That tight end was kind of snuck through like he was running. That's why he was wide open.
There's a rollout. The Kellogg fire into the flat, and that's Drayden Taylor on the tackle. Kellogg isn't really doing anything special right now. And in fact, that play action rollout was not to. This is the best word to describe it. It was kind of lazy. Right. Wildcats were just so keyed in on not wanting to get cooked on a dive. We've got 2 out there. Wildcats. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Wildcats. Some coverage issues. Offsides. On the first down, I didn't see it. I was watching the guys in the secondary try to scramble to get into coverage. Clock continues to roll. 5.5 left here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Goikoa from the shotgun fires into the flats. And that is caught by Thacker. And Thacker got a really good block on the edge there.
Thacker on the carry.
That's
Brought down by number 5, Riley McDonald.
It's like Tychini kind of shaking up on the play there. Inside carry again. Oh my. And he's gonna be down on the 1. Number 3 there. That's Terry Ike. They give him the ball after the fumble. And my goodness, I don't know if we got that replay. I don't know if it's McDonald meets him to make the contact here.
Yeah.
Meets him and bounces
shoulder
off
to
of
shoulder,
him. Yeah.
Didn't wrap up.
Yeah. Got to finish those plays. You can't just expect to muscle guys because they're small. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to find the end zone on the dive there. So, yeah, we talked about it. Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. They'll mix in a couple passes here and there, but we got to stop the run.
They've definitely done their homework with us.
On the conversion here, inside carry and run for 2 yards. And the conversion is good.
Bulldogs.
So
blaming that on jitters, Josh.
I mean, we can blame
Jitters
it on.
Are out.
Hopefully they're out now.
No excuses now.
But the Wildcats defensively just got to get a little help from their defensive line, it feels like. When the holes are just getting ripped open and our linebackers are being expected to make plays and chase down plays, it makes it awfully tough. And I understand the linemen are in a real tough spot. We got here, do we have enough men on the field? 2, 4, 7. Yep, we're good. 11 men. Wyatt Story back to receive the kickoff here. And if I'm the Wildcats, I'm keeping an eye out for some high trickery. It just feels like after 2 drives that ended in turnovers, Grangeville might be thinking,
want the ball back.
let's get the ball back. This is not where we thought we would be at this point in this game. And they're going to kick a little, like a watermelon there, recovered by the Wildcats. Wildcats will start with their best field position of the game. And now it's going to be about doing something with it. They've had some opportunities. They've made some plays. And then on the flip side, those plays have then, kind of cost them. Oh, we've got a balloon. Just kind of gone. Wildcats send a man in motion. 1-on-1 here for the Wildcats. And they're going to hand it off to Lewis. Lewis is going to get tackled maybe at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a half yard or so, not much, if anything. Going to go with this the trio. Trips left here. 1-on-1 matchup on this side. Drayden Taylor not able to get it. Porter put the ball a little too high for him, I think. 3rd and 10 now for the Wildcats. Waiting for the call here. Grangeville defensively has just been very tough. They've looked really good here tonight in the early goings of this game.
They're definitely athletic. It doesn't look like much size, but they're mean.
Yeah. Lewis going to roll out, has a whole bunch of field, and he's going to get there. Has an opportunity, gets to the first down before getting shoved out of bounds. So, big-time carry for the sophomore quarterback. And the Wildcats move the sticks. And, we talked about it. If you're not going to give up points, it's fine. As long as, if you don't get any, you can't give up any. But now here we are. We've given up a touchdown. We've got to answer the call here. Stack receiver set for the Wildcats. Inside handoff and just not able to get really anything up the middle. And it feels like it probably looks on the replay like holes are opening up, but it's really not that holes are opening up. It's almost like the defensive line from Grangeville is playing like Matador style and like letting them out of the way and just sending them to the ground. And then they have free shots on our running back here. 4 receivers now for the Wildcats, 3 to the left. 2nd and 10. And McDonald isn't going to get there. Overthrown just a little bit. And that was your shot right there. It was open.
That was that could have went.
Yeah. Wildcats 3rd and 10, another 3rd and long situation. And that was a missed opportunity right there by the Wildcats. Bring up 3rd and 10. See 2 receivers each side. Lewis going to fake and throw over the top and overthrows Taylor. And, it really kind of feels Porter needs to settle down a little bit. His accuracy is not what it normally is. He's usually pretty good about dropping those balls right where they need to be. And outside of the sack, he's had I mean, there's been a few pressures, but he's had enough opportunity to go through a bit of a progression to look and see where he wants to put it.
Well, take the fake out of it. I mean, when he doesn't have much time already, he can, if he has some time to throw the ball.
Drayden Taylor gonna run. Oh, and gets the kickoff.
It's the fake, not fake.
I wasn't sure where that was going.
Drayden Taylor with one of the more, I don't know if we got a replay of that, but good on him for turning just a bad situation. Wildcat line didn't.
RPO. It's a PPO. Punt, pass, option.
The old punt pass option. Oh, man.
Got to throw him off somehow.
And now Grangeville starting in about the 21-yard line. Goikoa from shotgun, inside handoff, and tackle going to be made. Looks like
another 6.
Yeah, Andrew Lewis on the tackle there with the assist by Talon White. And, at this point, something I start to kind of wonder about, because now they're lining Talon up really like tight on the line here. And it feels like maybe just abandon it and go to another down lineman.
Yeah, they need to close.
Oh, a good penetration by Lewis there.
That's what's going to need to happen, because our defensive line's spread way out.
Yeah.
Makes it really easy for the offensive line to open any type of hole. We just got to step up and fill the holes.
And shout out Andrew Lewis right there. Read the play, shot through the line. 3rd down for the Bulldogs. And Wildcats need to get ready for a big push up front. Watch a little play action here. Minute 40 left in the first quarter. Hand off. Oh, McDonald's going to bring him down, but not until after they pass the line again.
At the line.
Yeah.
So that's a positive.
Defensively, this has felt like a much better sequence of plays than some of our previous defensive possessions. Goikoa play action and hit as he threw as Goikoa completes the pass. Wasmith on another big grab, and Goikoa stands in the pocket and just took a shot from McDonald. Good on Goikoa, though. He stood in there and got just absolutely clocked. Handoff again. And that's Poxleitner. That is a heck of a last name. Almost all of the alphabet feels like it's in it. 1st and 10, and Poxleitner getting a little frustrated. He doesn't like that he's subbing in and out right now. And I get it. Right now you're probably hoping to set some records here. Another inside carry. Wildcats, great penetration. That's Talon White and I believe Coleman Blaylock in there. So Wildcats doing some good things here. And Grangeville may be content to let this one get to the end of the first quarter before the field flips here. Nope, looks like they might try to get one more in. Goikoa watching the clock, sees it, takes a snap, handoff. This is Ike again. Ike brought down after a 2-yard gain, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Your Wildcats trailed Grangeville 8-0. We'll be back with the second quarter. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quarter number 2 of this Central Idaho League matchup between the Wildcats and the Grangeville Bulldogs underway. That's Poxenleitner on the carry, and he's going to get down, and I don't know if they're going to call. I think they're going to.
He got it.
They're going to call it a touchdown right up the left side there. I'll get it on replay, perhaps. Simon with a great camera angle right down there, whatever that was. So on the carry, Poxenleitner just makes a great move. Good stiff arm, and sheesh, Wildcats just run stopping is, it gets to a point where we have to start thinking, like, what are we missing here? What is not being talked about that needs to obviously be talked about? You can only do so much with what you got, but
Grangeville's line too, they're not huge.
No.
They're quick, and they're pulling, they're trapping, and our guys don't know. Our guys haven't figured it out yet.
They're pulling before our defensive line gets into them.
They've got good footwork, I think.
And what started as just such a promising first quarter, a couple turnovers, Wildcats with some extra possessions here, has morphed into kind of what we feared could happen here. Wildcats have to answer. And, the one thing they have going in their favor is they do get the ball to start the third quarter. So, get a score, get on the board, maybe get a stop, do something. I mean, a score and one stop here really kind of flips the script, at least in your favor, to even things up.
We need a stop. Stop would be big for us right now.
This is a Grangeville team that beat New Plymouth 36-26, which was the same score Kellogg led by until giving up that last touchdown that pulled New Plymouth within 2 or 4 before the 2-point conversion. So, I mean, when you think about it, it's a relatively straight-up score, and the Wildcats seem to be just I don't know if maybe there's just like they're mystified by the team in front of them. If there was a little intimidation and they were beat before they even got off the bus here.
I think it's strength against weakness. I think
then
Grangeville's committed to this disciplined running game, and they've scouted Kellogg and that they struggle stopping that. And it's like a fast break team against a slow down team.
Drayden Taylor
Who's exerting their will.
popped at the 26-yard line. Wildcats will take over. Wildcats will take over, and they're going to have to figure something out here. Their pass game has been there. It's been open. But we've had some jitters. We've had some, passes that just weren't really our best throws.
Well, and I think we need to focus on I've said it before, the little quick hits.
Yeah. There's McDonald on the grab, has an opportunity to get out, and he's going to. Was one bounce out, I think, to the outside to break that one off. We don't have the camera on the goal line to really see what the positioning was there, but great grab and go by McDonald there.
Well, I think Rad was a little shocked that no one was right on him as soon as he caught it.
Yeah.
He looked like he paused a little bit.
Well, and that was probably the first time that I think I've seen that pass completed to him where it hits him in the chest without him having to kind of lean over.
Yep.
It's kind of a unique. Lewis going to find a man, and is that Irv?
That's Irv.
Irv on the grab. He's got a
little turf
in the face mask there. Wildcats 2 big plays here, and suddenly this feels a little different.
Just like I said, the little quick ones, they'll make the long ones happen.
Yeah.
Those are like runs, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Get them outside, spread them out a little bit in space.
Now would be my time. I think I would try to get the ball to Andrew. A little smash, a little pitch out here. Lewis going to take it up. Yeah. I feel like when we see some of those plays there, like Porter might need to let him develop a little bit longer because that time he tried to fit in between his own linemen who had actually held together a pretty decent block to give him time to throw. The pitch to the outside wasn't quite there, but I think he had a little bit of time that he could have waited and maybe thrown that ball. Roll out there. Porter Lewis going to find. That's Irv again. Diving catch.
Got him in stride, he might have got 5 more.
Absolutely.
But great grab by Irv.
At least a little bit of positive momentum and some confidence.
I mean, we're in 4-down territory now, which is really nice. We haven't been able to say that all game. We've had 2 punts and we've had 3 punts. I forgot about the PPO.
Isn't that an insurance deal?
Yeah, Lewis with a guy deep outside.
Yes,
McDonald
sir.
on the grab, and he's going to get there for the score. And Lewis got popped.
See it on replay here.
Great throw by Porter Lewis. Stays in the pocket and just gets walloped, man. So there's your answer. McDonald on the, I believe, a 25-yard pass.
Almost like they're listening to us.
You know, maybe.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Well, you guys are both parents, so maybe your kids are down there like.
That's true. Our kids really did. Our kids really did do a lot of heavy lifting there.
I don't think they listen. About probably like how they listen at
Oh,
home.
and a
There's
two-point
another
conversion.
tree to Coleman.
Good for Blaylock there. And Lewis standing in the pocket, taking the hits here. And this feels very different right now. 16-8 feels so much better than 16-0. And now let's turn a little defense into offense, or offense into defense. You know, one of the things, and you learn quickly, special teams matter. So we need to have a good kickoff here, and then we need good kickoff coverage. We can't afford to give up some 40-yard run back before the guy's brought down. I would like to see A.J. Peak maybe flirt with a little bit of this open space down here and put them in a spot where they have to go out of their way to get the ball. We've seen him do it before. The way he kicks, almost like it's designed. Comes the kick from Peak. And drops in at the 15-yard line. And, big hole. And a tackle made there. I think that's Chevy Ward. Chevy Ward, who has played kind of a big role in this team this season as a sophomore who did a lot of floating early on, played a lot of JV minutes, and then when injuries hit, he got brought into the fold and was good, like made a huge impact. Wildcats got to get a stop here. Goiko out of the shotgun, going to fire. Oh!
Those are so unfortunate.
Let's go to the replay there. Who gets a hand on it? Is that Drayden who gets a hand on it? Or
I think it was Coleman.
Coleman sat there in the flat. Oh, I don't think he expected it to literally be thrown right to him. Those are that one stings a little bit. That one might have been the tie score. But we get so many of those. Ty Cheney has made like a living off of catching tip passes.
Oh yes.
Good tackle there. Finish it off. Oh. Wildcats do a really good job of making contact at the line of scrimmage, and then they just can't finish the play until after the first down. Frustrating little sequence there. Goikoa in the shotgun now. Ooh. Wildcats sniffed out that hard count real quick. Relatively clean game thus far. We've had the one, I think, offsides penalty on the Wildcats, but other than that, inside carry. Oh, finish the play, guys. Great pursuit there by Andrew Lewis to finish it off. And we've got a flag on the play, it looks like. Holding offense, and this is real big for the Wildcats. That's going to put them it's going to put the Bulldogs behind the sticks, and it might force Goikoa to throw the ball a little bit. Wildcats' pass defense has been pretty solid for a lot of the year, but it really kind of hampers, I don't know, maybe it hampers the rushing attack of the Bulldogs. Maybe they just look at it as like another challenge to overcome.
I'm hoping it's a cramp, but it's Scribby.
Scribby down on the ground, and he's been just a revelation this year. He went from playing the center position And it looks like it might be a cramp. He's going to limp off. But he went from playing center in our first game. And, I mean, you look at the kid as he's walking off here. Not very big. Playing center. I don't think the Wildcats are even aware that there was a flag. They're all kind of lined up. Wildcats going to need a sub. I think this is probably where Chevy comes into the game. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Come out, even though he laid down the field for a minute, still don't have somebody.
Yeah.
So they gotta burn time out.
And I think AJ running to the sideline and then running back really kind of threw some of the coaches for a loop there. Wildcats still with just
Wildcats have them behind the sticks here.
Yeah,
So
opportunity.
keep the momentum, get a stop, and score again. Maybe
See who they're
it's a lot better than it did for 10 minutes.
who they're bringing in here. They've got looks like Matthew Ferguson, a freshman defensive lineman in the game. Number 57. That's a good-sized freshman right there. Haven't had a chance to. I don't know much about Matt Ferguson. I guess we're about to find out, huh? Welcome to the show, kid. It's just the novelty of Kellogg athletics. We will throw a freshman to the Wolves. We did it quite a bit last year in basketball.
It's only one way to learn.
Yeah. Same way my dad taught me how to swim. You will learn, or you will die.
You figured that out right quick.
Survival of the fittest, baby. 4-man front here for the Wildcats. See if they bring Talon White, the middle linebacker, up to kind of play it. Nope. They've done it a few times this year, and they're going to get 10 of it back. And this Poxleitner must just be the hardest human being on the planet. Was that Ike?
That was Ike.
The Wildcats' ability to tackle runners is, I don't know if they're just trying to drag them back. Like if they're like, oh, God, we gave up 10. We got to see if we can get them back. But it's like they make contact, and then they get dragged.
I don't know where the hole's at. There's 6 guys up there crashing the line, and he squeezes through somewhere.
Yeah. Hard running. Good blocking. Pitch, or nope.
If you guys remember, they can't hear me. If you guys will key on their, I think it's their left guard. They're running a lot of pulls and a couple and a trap here.
It's going to be
their
third
offense
and
is very active.
3rd and 7.
Our guys are still trying to figure out.
And, you know, what we're seeing here is we've got the battle of a really talented offensive line that knows how to do some stuff, whether it be some trapping or some pulling. And when you are kind of playing – when you're playing a more, like, advanced level of football, which is really what the Grangeville offense is kind of doing here, 3rd and 7, handoff. Poxleitner going to get popped, but not until he gets 4 or 5 yards there. It's going to be 4th and 2 or 3. And suddenly this is a real big possession for the Wildcats.
I'll try to watch it before you more.
But
That time the center pulled and was out of in front, like lead blocker.
They're active.
Yes, very fast.
Wildcats just need to not pick up a penalty here. Let's see if they can get a little – ooh! And, gosh, it feels like holding there.
Right guard pulled on that one. Pulled out.
And also, I don't know if we got a replay here.
Probably too late. Let's try it.
Oh, no, it's just the end there. That's a frustrating situation if you're a Wildcat fan. Felt like there could have been a hold called on that outside as Poxleitner kind of rounded the corner there. Ike in the backfield now. Inside handoff to Ike again. Ike going to get brought down. None of our tackles ever feel like we're meeting them at the point of attack. It feels like we're grabbing and swinging behind them.
Yep.
And I don't know if that comes from, you know, one of the things the Wildcats don't have the advantage of is most of the guys out there on their first string defense are their first string offense too. So they're probably not terribly familiar with what it's like to tackle guys, like the best guys at their position, because they're probably working against JV guys more often than not. But this just kind of goes to show you how important it is to have numbers and have guys out there playing so that you can actually run some live reps against somebody.
Well, and athleticism. I mean, like you say, that line's not that big, but there's a lot of movement on that line.
Poxleitner getting to the outside. Oh, and he's going to go down.
In the end zone.
There. Oh, I thought he went down on his way in. I thought he got to his knee there. Yeah, let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, they're going to call him down at the 2. Yeah, he slips and puts that knee down. Yeah.
And that right guard pulled all the way and was lead blocking around the outside.
So just some really high advanced offensive line play from this Grangeville team. And Wildcats had a 4th down. I think that it was the first 4th down that the Bulldogs have faced. On a little fade there, Cheney plays it well, and we're going to get a pass interference, a very, very late pass interference call. Almost like the official had to think about it. And we've got a little conference going on here at the goal line between 3 of the officials. Ty Cheney talking to one of the officials pleading his case. And that is just a tough call there. I don't know. Let's take a look at the replay. See what we got here. Ty Cheney, maybe a little bump, but I don't think it was catchable either. I think that ball was uncatchable. We're going to see here. And what did we just miss? Did we get a timeout here?
No, they put it in.
Oh, they did. While we were watching the replay, they scored a touchdown, huh?
Yep.
Did they put it in? Or was it?
Yeah, because it was 16.
No, I believe.
What happened?
I believe because the pass interference happened in the end zone. We had one of these a year ago, Simon. I don't know if you remember, where a pass interference in the end zone or a personal foul in the end zone resulted in a touchdown. I didn't hear Chris say anything about a play happening, just that the score got made.
Yeah, they were all still talking in the corner, and then everyone went to their sidelines.
Yeah, so I'll be right back. I'm going to go see if I can get maybe an explanation on what happened there. Cody, I'll let you handle this.
Blaylock with the ball. Makes corner. Oh, out at the 35.
So I got an explanation. All right. So after kind of talking to the scorekeeper and the people in the other room, they didn't call Poxleitner down on that run.
Oh, they
did get that was
untimed possession there.
A 2-point conversion. But they called the touchdown, and apparently they did not. The pass interference ended up not being on Ty. It was on them.
Okay. Oh, so they gave him the 6.
Gave him the 6.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Or they picked up the flag, waved it off, and it was just the 6. So one of those two things happened there. Chris wasn't entirely sure. So just 6 points, not 8 points there for the Wildcats. Lewis rolls out, has Taylor, can't find him right there. So first down, no good. Looked like there was a flag on that kick return. Was there a late hit?
Late hit. Yes. Massively late hit.
Wildcats with the ball on their own 49. I'm sorry, on the Bulldog 49. Oh, great grab there. Ty Cheney had to fight a guy off. That's Coleman Blaylock.
Coleman
Coleman had to fight the guy off to make the grab there. Probably could have called defensive holding or even pass interference on that one. Bring up 3rd and 5 here for the Wildcats. Very manageable. Clock at 4.5 minutes. This is your opportunity to potentially put yourself in a spot to make a run at this in the second half with the possession flip. Lewis going to roll out. Fires one deep but short, intended for Wyatt Story. And
I think that was one time he probably should have handed it off.
Yeah.
That hole looked pretty good.
Or even just hit Andrew kind of in the flat. Andrew had more room up the field than trying to squeeze that in off the run to Wyatt as it collapsed on the sideline.
But he got rid of it. That was
yeah,
positive.
Didn't take a sack. Wildcats stay in plus territory. If I'm the Grangeville Bulldogs, I'm really – and –
No, they could have made them jump, but I think the Wildcats jumped there. 77 it looked like. I can't quite see the number.
well, and I don't know if it was snapped. I think 51 might have jumped, but false start. And now
10 to go.
I think if you're the Wildcats, you're probably going to punt this. I would hope that you would. Oh, they're going to go for it.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I guess
too much time left that middle of the field. We should get rid of it and try to get some better field position.
Yeah. And see if their running attack runs them out of clock.
Stuffing them consistently, yeah, but they're gashing you pretty good. Make them
Yeah, when they're getting 6, 7.
Coleman
every
in
time they run the
motion.
ball.
He's going to roll out. This is the play. Oh, and that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll play.
Coleman got popped there.
If you're going to get hit, that's the one to get hit on.
Pick route there.
Bang. Yeah.
Oh, what are we talking about here? Pass interference. That'll do it. First down.
Well, that was a break. We needed that one.
Yeah. That play has been a really good one for the Wildcats all season, and then they kind of abandoned it here the last few games, maybe just to keep it off film.
I don't know if it's just being up here watching the game or everything just looks like it's developing way slower than usual.
It might have something to do with being up here. I don't know. I've been really close, too. I had the opportunity to be really close last week.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was out of town and I was able to watch the game. That was nice.
Yeah, I got real close last week. And, sometimes it feels like these guys find themselves in some really tough spots because, getting the play call in. Scribby's not walking well here on the sideline. Just keeping an eye on him. I don't know if he's trying to make a play for it to get back in. Uh-oh, blitz. Lewis on the carry. Might get back to the line of scrimmage. And 3rd and 11 now. You got Irv and Drayden here on the right as the receivers. And then Wyatt Story and Coleman out to the left. Stack receivers set. 3rd and 11. Oh.
And the whole Grangeville team.
Got to the original line of scrimmage. Might have been the opportune time to fire a screen in there.
It was supposed to be, I think. Our whole line was way downfield.
So who missed the memo there? So 4th and 11 now. Still plus territory, 2.5 left. Now I feel a little more comfortable about them going for it. Still not super comfortable.
Yeah, the yard's the game. I mean, you can get another pass interference, I guess, but not with that protection.
Lewis drops back, has his man on the wheel. Ooh! And, man, you get a replay there. Take a look. I don't know if I just saw it funny or not. It looked like Porter got ripped down by his helmet. Like a little fish hook action, which I don't know if that constitutes his face mask.
Yeah, it's his shoulder.
Okay. 2:30 exactly left in this game. Goicoa's thrown it a couple times. I think all of them have been completed. Ironically, one of them was a pick six waiting to happen. That
I'm just going to spitball here, but I'm going to say they're going to run it.
I mean, oh.
She got me.
And they're going to throw. And we got to bring them down inbounds and not just ride them out. The Wildcats' inability to tackle is really just kind of harrowing. Clock stops, 7 seconds run off there, and this is what the Wildcats needed to not happen. If you're going to turn it over on downs, you got to keep guys in bounds. Goikoa hands it off. Finish the tackle. Nope, we're not gonna finish it right there. Not till Poxleitner picks up dang near a first down again.
Another 11.
Clock.
I bet he's already touched the ball 15 times.
And they're definitely well over 100 yards on the ground for probably both of them. Yeah. Poxleitner and Ike. Out of the shotgun. Goikoa tries the hard count. Clock ticks under 2 minutes. No real rush here for the Bulldogs. Up 2 scores. Going to go one-on-one against Cheney here. Nope. Poxleitner.
Outside.
And a missed tackle.
He's still up.
Looks like
he had 3 lead blockers out there with the tight end.
Yeah, this Grangeville offensive line just operates at a different level. And another tackle out of bounds, I believe. So the clock, nope. Looks like they're going to keep the clock running here. It would go a long ways for the Wildcats to get a stop here, even if it's just at the time limit. Man in motion. First time I think we've seen that. Handoff. Oh, Poxleitner going to bounce, and there we go. Talon White with the great tackle there.
We have decent ends. If we can clog that middle and make him try to bounce, I think we can contain a little bit better.
Yeah, there's definitely I feel like we're really quality at the contain. It's when I feel like our linebackers who are supposed to be filling that spot are suddenly finding themselves pancaked by down linemen. Oh, Goikoa has plenty of time to throw, and we're going to rumble for a touchdown. Wildcats just can't tackle.
Fundamentals. Fundamentals of tackling. Wrap up.
And it I don't know if we got a replay there, Simon. We want to roll that replay real quick. But here's the catch. And McDonald, and I can't see who's on the backside.
Got 4 guys in there.
And, they're just rumbling. And I don't know if it's just they're keeping their feet churning or.
They're too high as well.
Yeah. Goikoa wide open. Made Coleman kind of pick his poison, and it's 30-8 here, 47 seconds left. And what was a 16-8 ball game just 6 minutes ago now feels just like an absolute smacking. And it's really frustrating to watch the Wildcats. I mean, defensively, it feels like almost the scheme is working. They're not finishing the tackles.
Absolutely. They're making contact and have the chances to stop them, but this Grangeville team runs the ball hard.
Yeah. They're doing the hard part, it feels like, and they're just not finishing what should be considered the fun part. Put the kid on his butt,
Absolutely.
47.7 left here in this first half. Wildcats have one drive left in them, maybe a decent return, and maybe they can put something up on the board. Little kind of squib-type kick. Drayden Taylor going to field it. If he could get by a guy, he's going to get forced out of bounds. Looks like right around the 35-yard line.
It stopped.
It stopped now. We lost a few seconds there.
They just ran some more time off the clock.
They have 3 timeouts.
No, they should only have 1.
We have 1 timeout left. They have 2, I think.
Oh, there's a handoff to Lewis.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
get up on the ball. Get up on the ball.
It looked good for a second.
Clock ticks under 15 seconds here. Wildcats perhaps not in a hurry to get a playoff.
They're going to try to air one out or not. I'll let her click down.
Oh.
That shocked me.
And I don't love that decision even in the slightest. So at the half, Wildcats trail Grangeville 30-8. Wildcats will take the opening kickoff of the second half. We'll be back after a few messages from some of our sponsors. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live.
NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our military through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley, where their home office has been based for more than 25 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 4,000 construction projects across the United States. NASCO has had the privilege of working with the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs to plan, develop, and complete their new visitor center, which will both serve as a designated Colorado Welcome Center and illustrate a day in the life of cadets through interactive exhibits. NASCO provides support to our military through the construction of essential facilities used to train, prepare our soldiers, and enhance our nation's warfighting readiness. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half about to kick off between the Grangeville Bulldogs and the Kellogg Wildcats. Wildcats down 30-8. And really the story of the day is the Wildcats' inability to finish tackles. Here's Wyatt Story on the kick return here. He's going to almost turned a corner, got to the 26-yard line. But the Wildcats' inability to finish tackles across the board, seemingly, on running plays. I mean, this Terry Ike and Cooper Poxleitner have got to be both close to 100 yards rushing, and I would be shocked if one or both of them wasn't already over that threshold. But for the Wildcats, it's going to be a thing where they're going to have to put some points up quick. There's Radley in the flat. Gosh, should have just caught the ball and kept going.
Upfield.
I don't know if we got a replay on that at all.
You sure you want us?
I would be interested to see what maybe potentially made him change his mind on the outside there.
Because he had 4 yards until he hit anyone.
Yeah, he had.
Fast.
Yeah. So
there's fast and there's football fast, and sometimes that comes with experience.
So don't love the decision there. Catch for a loss. In fact, I hate it. As his parent, I despise it. Andrew Lewis on the little rumble. That might be our most positive handoff play of the night.
By far.
Porter's got a couple runs of his own, but now we're in a 3rd and 6 where, McDonald turns up the field. Maybe we are in a 2nd and 2, and that's now a first down. So, whatever, kid. Do you. Quick fire out to Wyatt Story. Has an edge.
But on that, too, Josh, you watch, they're doing stunts on defense, too. The defensive end on the right side went inside.
Okay.
And then the inside guy had outside.
So on the catch there for Wyatt Story, we got a yard or two, and now we're going for it on 4th and 5.
I get it, but I don't like it.
This is a bold move for the Wildcats here.
They're going to draw him.
Yeah, you're just basically saying it's this or nothing.
There's McDonald.
A lot of field.
Field. Get to the outside, kid.
Yes.
He's going to rip one off.
Don't touch.
Don't love it, but we'll take it.
Then I don't.
I'm not going to get that entire replay, by the way. That's too long of a play.
I don't see any handkerchiefs out.
69 yard. No.
See what we got. We're going to get until his ending, but we'll at least get him breaking out here. Replay.
50 plus 19, 69
Replay's
yards.
going to cut a little short.
Yeah, just the buffers. This is like a 15-second or a 10-second play.
Well, yeah, if he didn't bring it all the way from the other side of the field, trying
it's
to
a
do
good thing to run out of replay on that.
Just because he's wearing number 5 doesn't mean he needs to try and pull a Ripley Luna with the ball. There used to be plays where Ripley Luna would, take the snap and he'd go back and forth, and guys were like just petrified. So they weren't trying to come after him. Roll out here, Lewis. Oh,
beauty.
Oh, love it. Good decision. Yeah. Hits Drayden, and look at that, 16-30.
Let's watch that replay. We got that one.
Wildcats.
That's a good way to come out of the half, Josh.
That was just a really interesting choice on 4th down there.
I'm still.
Now if we can do that on the defensive side.
I'm still ecstatic they scored a touchdown, but I cannot believe it was on that going for it at that point in the field. But
that was
you
pretty.
You got to go for broke.
You got to go for broke. It was risky going for it, and it panned out.
I agree.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody go for 69 yards on a catch and then be broody on the sideline. So that's a thing to look at, and just kind of a cranky little monster down there. All right.
Maybe saying, hey, we can do this more. Like, let's keep doing this stuff.
Gosh, that was
when Bradley's pretty smart, and I think that he's smart enough that when.
Are you live right now?
No.
We gotta get you live.
I'm just talking in your ears. I think Bradley is smart enough that he thinks this could work, and it's a dynamic of coach and player, right? You don't want to be out of line. But.
That's a good kick right there, all the way down to the 15, which has been right about the normal.
There's some holding going on there.
Yeah, terrible hold.
Okay.
And we're gonna get a personal foul here, though. These are gonna offset.
A personal foul on us?
Yeah, I think I think Talon's gonna get whacked for a personal foul for tackling up around the neck.
He's an emotional guy.
But we're going to get holding back here unless...
I was watching the Grangeville kid lay on ours.
So maybe we get something positive here.
So you get a fan day?
Yeah, near fall points.
Looking for the call. Here's a hold. Oh, no, just holding. We're going to get a second holding call. So maybe, Talon had that the kid by the helmet and kind of alligator whipped him around.
What did I say in the beginning, Josh? We got to establish dominance right away.
Establish dominance. Break them. I must break them.
Even Drago.
Yeah, you got to go the Ivan Drago way. And, gosh, here we are, 10-15 in the third. Wildcats on just a terrifying 4th and 5 from way back in no man's land.
We need to make a stand here on defense.
Radley got stopped, actually. I mean, if you go back and think back to how that play started, he was actually stopped, broke free of a tackle. So not the prettiest play. Turned to innocent. Picked up some great blocks. We didn't highlight those blocks. Oh, Goikoa rolls out. Lewis in pursuit. Oh.
That was great coverage, too.
Great, yeah.
That was good coverage.
Yeah, and Goikoa is a talent. I mean, I watched him in that game against Timberlake lead that less than a minute, 2-minute drill, 90-plus yards to beat Timberlake. If you give this kid time in the pocket, he is an accurate passer.
They rolled him out.
He puts the ball where it needs to be, for sure.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a senior. This is a senior-heavy team. Goikoa going to throw again.
Ooh.
Was that one
incomplete?
Bobbled, it looked like. That one's coming back, yeah. And now it looks like with some of these, they're dropping their linebackers into coverage. So a new wrinkle to our defense, 2nd and 10.
If I was the Grangeville coach, I would keep pounding it. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they're not running the ball.
not either.
And here they go.
Yeah.
Oh, and right there.
I would make them at least prove it. Right?
Yes.
Prove it.
And 3rd and 10 now. This has got to be the worst 3rd and distance the Bulldogs have faced all game, right?
Yeah, they had 3rd and 20 and then
right.
that was 2nd and 20 earlier.
2nd and 20, yeah. After the hold there, but still managed to create here. And it's just going to be a matter of we got to get a stop. Let's get off the field here. That would mean a lot to this team. Goikoa drops back, no rush. They have a guy in the flat. Blaylock going to make the tackle and tackle right at the 49, 4th and 4.
You're making them think. This is good. You're making them
and
make decisions.
Don't bite on the hard count here. Don't fall
bite
victim
on the
to
hard count and cram the middle.
Yeah.
They need 4.
You don't want to. We're not going to have a punt here. Oh, maybe we are. No,
they're going to run it.
Hand off. Oh. That's just a backbreaker, man. That's a backbreaker.
I'm seeing some adjustments. I'm seeing some. They still have the 3 down linemen, and they're walking up 2 linebackers on the outside. They don't put their hands down, and and they're at least looking and to engage that interior that Cody was talking about. You can't just let a guy move you. You got to engage and pull him with you.
That should be a false start there. Love
I guarantee
that.
our defensive line has yet to see any stunts like this on the offensive side.
I mean, with the exception of
what's happening?
North Fremont definitely had some pretty stellar offensive play.
I don't think they were the quick as these guys, though.
No.
These guys seem like they're really quick at
to overcome the not a ton of size that they have.
Shout out to Uncle Pete.
Yeah, and
this is the type of line Uncle Pete would absolutely. He's probably watching. These guys are
Uncle
great.
Pete is just salivating at this line, like, yeah, this is what we like, huh? Give the old Tim Allen growl there.
Yep, they are quick. They are disciplined.
Goikoa out of the shotgun. Poxleitner going to get a couple here. Running out of the shotgun is, for the Wildcats, maybe an opportunity to get that penetration, and then you got to finish plays. 2nd and 11 now.
I mean, on that one, the left side guard pulled and was lead blocker.
Yeah.
And beat the ball.
It's
pretty impressive to watch.
It's really good, sound offensive strategy here. Another handoff, this one to Ike, and they're going to drive the pile back.
There was some good penetration there. They weren't getting blown off the ball.
And scrum there. A plethora of Wildcats. You know what a group of Wildcats is called?
Pride.
No, that's Lions.
Oh, boy.
A destruction.
Oh, come on.
I'm not joking.
That was made up.
It's not fake news. You want to bet?
No.
Of Wildcats.
I actually don't want to bet.
I kind of do.
Okay. Give me a second. Ooh, Goikoa going to roll out. Ooh, and gets popped again. Oh, and great defense by Coleman Blaylock. No.
That was a clean shot.
That was close.
Take the replay here.
I really got it, because I was trying to think about my bet with you.
If it was NFL against Aaron Rodgers, yes, guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I lost it, then watch this.
Oh, that was good timing. That was.
It wasn't. He didn't.
No, he just pushed.
Yeah, he just kind of was there. Josh is Googling. You're going to have to fill the gaps.
A group of wild or feral cats is called a destruction.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey.
Is that a Wikipedia?
No, that's AI overview, baby.
Oh, no. I don't do AI.
Okay.
I don't accept anything.
How about from BBC? Do you do BBC, the British broadcast?
I'll take BBC. You're talking to the air too, Josh, because I'm not on.
A destruction.
A destruction. A destruction of Wildcats.
You know what a group of crows is called?
A murder.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Gavin.
You know what? You know what Ravens is? An unkindness.
Oh, that was made up.
Nope, it's not. It's not made up. Play action. Goikoa is shifty, man. You should not be allowed to be unmiked right now. Oh, yeah, my shout-outs. We're going to shout out Steve Shepard, longtime Wildcats Live supporter, the OG PA announcer here at Teeters Field, the OG announcer at Andrews Gymnasium, one of our favorite human beings on the whole planet. And his, I believe it would be his nephew, Shannon Pooler, is down on the sidelines coaching for these Wildcats. Shout out his wife, Claudia, who's watching the game. Shout out Kyle Van Vliet from some family in Florida. Is that what I heard? Florida?
Yeah, Florida.
Oh, Poxleitner. Oh, finish the tackle, boys.
Speaking of Kyle Van Vliet.
Kyle Van Vliet. I think I got most of our shout-outs. We had a Grangeville fan, but I don't want to shout him out right now. I've about had my fill of Grangeville winning in Kellogg today, honestly. No, we're happy to have you. I know there's a lot of them staying the night here, district volleyball. So,
shout out to Grangeville.
Yeah,
2-0.
and come back with the reverse sweep for the Grangeville Bulldogs in volleyball, playing Priest River for a district championship and a trip to the state tournament tomorrow. So, shout out them. Wildcats going to have to do some work against Orofino in that volleyball match tomorrow to navigate the now play-in game situation they find themselves in.
Yeah, different route.
We got
if you lose that game, it's a different route.
1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. 1st and goal from like just at the 10.
Yeah.
and Ike gonna run for one,
Up
and it's
the
just
middle running.
It's just at this point it's almost comical. We're gonna watch the replay right up here, and Ike finds a hole.
There's guys getting to the second level.
Yeah, it's just really good blocking, and we don't have.
And their running backs don't need much of a hole to get 5 yards.
I mean, the hard part is you don't want anyone should be able to make a tackle, but our linebackers are not big human beings. We are not necessarily operating with giants in any stretch here. And a 2-point conversion on what must have been a fullback dive.
Denied.
Denied. 36-16.
Well,
Wildcats.
that was one of our better run stops.
Yeah.
If we could do it on 4th and 4.
Yeah, if we could do it on 4th and 4 instead of 2nd and goal. Yeah, it's interesting situation here because we don't have our weights and sizes here. And, we're not going to use the excuse Grangeville size because they're definitely not the biggest team we've been on the field with this year.
No.
But from a standpoint of size plus athleticism, this is a unit. This is a really quality team here.
Run that on, but look at those roster sizes. Their roster's smaller than ours overall.
And the roster they submitted is smaller than ours, but they did have 31 kids warming up, and I do believe that there are more than 31 kids on this roster.
But how many of those are JV kids?
That's and some of the ages may be kind of a toss up here if there's JV floaters here. Story is going to return this one from the 20. He's going to get out, and we're going to have a flag here. My guess is we're going to get either a hold or an illegal block.
I saw a kid come flying back. I'm thinking a possible block in the back.
Oh, okay. Blocking
but I could be wrong.
Waiting here for the call.
Yeah, right there. I was going to say, I thought I saw. Yeah, I thought I saw.
Yeah, captured in 4K. You're not going to get away with that one. That's going to hurt a little bit. It was a good return from Story. Got him out to, I believe, the 35, which would have been really quality field position for the Wildcats. Now they're going to be at the 25.
It panned out for us last time.
That's true, Cody. You're not wrong. This is about where we started, wasn't it?
Yep.
Lewis takes snap, fires one into the flat. Blaylock over his head. Ooh, might have looked deep there. I don't want to.
You got some route concepts there.
I don't want to
have another second to think.
I don't want to be a parental ball hog. But Riley might have had 20 yards between him and like 3 different guys.
Everyone was behind him.
Yeah, it was
super easy to see from up here.
And
it is. It's way easy to see from up here.
We've seen those helmet cams where it shows what their field of view is, and it is shocking how little you can see as a quarterback.
And when you have 6 whites coming at you.
Yeah. In the flat again, this is Story.
There you go.
Story gonna stiff arm and get past the guy. Oh, almost gets to the marker. It's gonna be 3rd and 1.
There's that fundamental tackling we were talking about.
Yeah, it's good tackle.
Missed him up top and shoelaced him.
And held on.
Yep.
What a novel concept, Cody.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Hold on. You might do something. 4 minutes left here in this third quarter. What's been, at times, a really entertaining ball game. You think about the 2 turnovers early, some of the punt situations the Wildcats have found themselves in, even some of their defense against passes and ability to get at Goikoa. The problem has been that they have not been able to stop the run. It is plain, like you can pinpoint this loss almost down.
Gotta get 2 here.
Yeah. Oh.
Just need 2. You don't need 5. You just need 2.
And not the crowd is not terribly thrilled with that decision there. I also think they wanted a flag on the play.
It's a very feast or famine offense.
Yeah.
It's explosive when it works, but when it doesn't, you got 2 yards. Who's limping?
That's Radley.
2.
That's a hustle. He's gonna blow by this guy right here.
That'd be a great hustle. On the break. Oh, goodness. And what happened there? Was the pass batted down?
It was tipped.
scored on it. They scored on a gamble.
We did score on the gamble on 4th and 4 down there.
Simon's providing us some really good commentary off mic.
And I keep thinking that he's on, so I'm like trying to answer, and everyone's like,
I'm half tempted to make him live just so people can hear the conversation, so that Cody and I don't sound like lunatics responding to like
broken records.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh my gosh, Josh, are you okay? Like, are you having a mentee B right now? Yeah, you want to bet? You want to bet? Like, of course he does. He's the guy who obviously knows.
It's a distraction. I told you.
Yeah.
Hey, who are you talking to?
Sorry, I promise Simon's here. Yeah, you're doing it to me again, Simon.
Simon's not even up here, Josh.
Yeah, right. Second and 8 here for the Bulldogs. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Ooh. And Wildcat almost jumped a little bit into the old neutral zone there, caught himself. And that was a painful one for the Wildcats to not get a first down on that last series there. Especially, I mean, they made the right plays, did some really good stuff.
I did see some purple in the backfield that time.
We do like that.
Mac and Francie, too. Shout out to Mayor Mac.
You know, while we're here, we're going to shout out Kellogg, fan favorite, longtime mayor, now retired, enjoying his retirement, and former Kellogg School District lunch lady. So we got Mac and Francie Pooler. Mayor Mac, we love you, buddy. Oh, deep.
Oh, and he dropped it.
And he dropped it.
That was in his hands. That was a beautiful ball.
Yeah, Goyko is good, man. He's a stud. I mean, we talked about it though. This is also the difference between a team that is chock full of seniors. You got 12 seniors in their starting lineup. I mean, looking down here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors that start for them on offense here.
I think this is their.
And a little trick play
and got him.
Big time there. Is that Chevy Ward in there on the tackle?
Needed that defensive stop.
That was 83, Chevy Ward.
Little H-back reverse.
So the going for it on fourth down for the Wildcats ends up not haunting them. Chevy Ward comes in, and maybe Chevy Ward needs to get a few more reps on the defensive side of the ball. Read that well, stayed home, and that was a good tackle. Finished it off.
Absolutely, stayed low.
1st and 10 here from the 25, but not a lot has changed. 4 receiver set for the Wildcats here. Over the top, it's McDonald.
Got him with speed.
And he's gonna.
There's another one.
Jeez, 75 yards.
There's that speed you were talking about.
75 yards.
I don't see a limp right now.
Yeah.
Until he gets to the side.
There it is. There it is.
There's the limp.
He's like Devontae Adams.
I don't think we got all of that either. Let me see. I made an adjustment. Oh, we did. I got an adjustment at halftime. We're not going to get the very end of it, but we're going to get most of it. There it is.
Most the whole thing. Yep. You're going to have to adjust that replay if we keep doing this.
Well, you know, the thing is, volleyball is a completely different animal from football. In volleyball, you base everything on the end of the play.
Shout out Porter Lewis, seeing that one there.
The entire play.
This is if this is the same play I'm thinking of. Watch, Radley's going to fade. Oh, Porter not looking there. Porter didn't even look to his left. Had 2 guys in.
I like this little. It's a little. We're not dead yet.
We're not dead. We're not dead. We're playing good. Stop. You know what, Simon? Hey, Simon Miller's on, ladies and gentlemen. I just need you guys to understand this. Cody and I aren't crazy. We are, you know.
Did you do that right?
Yeah, I just unmuted you. You're good. Gosh. You're in because I'm tired of feeling like a crazy person.
I'm comfortable just talking in your ear, and then you called me out here.
Yeah,
so.
no, you're providing really good commentary. Like, it's really good stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, Cody and I can bounce off of that a little bit here, and then it's like, wait, why? Who are you responding to? Who put this idea in your head? But you're right. You were saying the Wildcats aren't dead yet, Simon. They're not dead.
They're not. They're playing hard, and that is a good thing as us as coaches, right? You don't want your kids to ever give up. It's third quarter. I mean, it feels like it's late in the fourth right now.
A lot of time left.
There's a lot of time, and they've punched back.
They did just get a stop, by the way. Like, let's highlight.
And they got a stop.
That was a stop that turned into a score. Right now, we're winning the second half, too.
Yes.
It's That's
our.
Oh, Drayden popped there. No,
broken.
No. All right, way to go, Chevy. I think that was Chevy Ward again.
It was.
Put Chevy Ward in on defense, guys.
Chevy Ward is a one-man wrecking machine.
Yeah. And
Josh just brought me on to admit that I lost the bet.
No, I did not. I actually completely forgot about the bet.
I would have lost.
Chevy Ward, and you know, when you're a writer, sometimes you get bored and look up like what groups of animals are called. I don't know why.
But I don't know if we want to be considered feral cats.
No, but wild. Feral.
Okay, gotcha.
But destruction
is really cool.
Destruction, good.
Cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
a good one.
Fair point, Josh.
Inside handoff here. Poxleitner doing Poxleitner things.
Poxleitner is like a high school Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, it really does kind of feel a little McCaffrey-ish.
It's not every play, but he is tough on every single time he touches the ball.
And then they bring him. They let him come out, and in comes Jordan Mason, just smash and another smash guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ike has been fantastic this game as well, but Poxleitner is 100% the real deal.
Oh yeah.
Wow! And we're not going to get in a situation like that. Chevy shoots the gap, is right there, and gets tackled to the ground. I don't know.
Is that not a hold?
It's got to be something
it's not
there.
A pancake.
It's because it wasn't a block. I mean, he tackled him. I don't know that play is.
Here it is, right
NFHS sanctioned,
right.
but like he's there and gets
that pulling guard came all the way over it. Yep.
Kind of got him. Just chipped him enough, didn't he?
On the little end around, and Tychini, he's gonna break up the field. Good run there. Good again tackle by Tychini after contact. Really, no more yards, and that's really what we've just been begging for. Stop letting them get yards after contact.
They're getting 6 or 7 after contact.
And the last couple
after the 6 they got before contact.
Yeah, it's brutal. And if you're a coach, you're loving it. Oh, finish it right there. Good job, Andrew Lewis.
I'm sure you want to see that again. That's a positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good penetration, good wrap up, good head up.
And Lewis.
Make sure he brings him to the ground.
Not quite a tackle for loss, just a tackle. Looks like at the line of scrimmage. Clock's running. They're
By the way,
go
Cats from Alex Jones's grandma in Montana. We love these chats. We love these. This is what we do it for.
And they're going to take one final play. Goikoa is going to roll out and fire. Oh, goodness gracious. Finish the tackle, fellas. And we're going to flip the field here.
After first down. On the 15.
It's a pretty nice catch.
We're going to flip the field, though. So that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. Wildcats trailing 36-22. We still got a ball game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth quarter kicking off. Poxleitner tackled in the backfield and stopped after a short gain. Wildcats with a little bit of life in that third quarter. 2 touchdowns, 2 big touchdowns. That kind of
couple defensive stops.
Yeah, the Wildcats respond in kind. You know, we talked about that this game you want to win. There's no moral victories in football, but if the Wildcats walk out of this game after playing the Bulldogs tough, you can hold your heads high. This is a lot better than 30-8. 36-22. Now it's time to get a stop here. And this little end around, this is a tricky little play, and we're going to get a tackle trying to see who it was.
Couple yards, though. I mean,
looked like Ethan Spencer on the tackle. The senior sniffs the play out. Probably 4-down territory. Might even be a spot where Grangeville gets cheeky and tries a field goal if the Wildcats can get a stop here.
Negative, though. I'm not seeing Scribner out there or on the sideline.
And they might have gotten enough for the first. Nope, they're going to stop them short. So it's going to be 4th down. I would be intrigued. I mean, you don't have to, but it would be intriguing to see a team going, hey, man, we're probably a win away from the playoffs. What happens if we need to kick a field goal? I mean, also 14 points really isn't anything to toy with.
It a 3-score game.
This right here would be a huge stop for Kellogg.
Yeah,
huge.
Got to not bite on any hard counts.
Send them all.
Finish. Ooh.
They tried.
Ooh, and 76 lifts out of his stance real quick on the hard count attempt. And they're going to push forward for the first and then some. Wildcats getting a little saucy in the pile there. Kyle Van Vliet knocking the ball out of the quarterback's hands.
When you get that over and over and over, it's you snap eventually, but you just hope you don't get a penalty.
And the Wildcats, you punch one of those out maybe as he's going down. Maybe you turn it into another fumble. This is where they had 2. Poxleitner going to find the end zone again. Yeah. Sheesh. And just the dominance up front. Highlight how good Grangeville's offensive and defensive lines have been. They do some stuff that you just don't see a ton of schools at the 3A level.
Another pull, right guard pull.
The formerly the 2A level. We do our Wildcats live player of the game. I think Radley McDonald might be the front runner. I can't be certain.
He's had a couple big ones.
I think he's got all 3 touchdowns. On the 2-point conversion, Goyko defended well by Ty. So Wildcats down 20 here.
Yeah.
And you look at the kind of the pecking order of how some of these games they have gone in the league. It fits a little bit. Wildcats down 20 here, opportunity to cut that back to potentially 12 if they get another 2-point conversion. Grangeville blew St. Mary's out, beat them by 30. Maybe there's something to say about that. Wildcats beat St. Mary's by 12. Grangeville beat Priest River by, I think it was 38-6, 36-6, something to that nature. Like, maybe there's something to that. The only one we really don't have a good metric for is Orofino, which it feels like, most all of the teams in our league are probably going to beat Orofino. But realistically, the Wildcats have kind of staked their claim right now. I mean, they're playing Grangeville tough. It's not easy. Grangeville is struggling to stop them on offense. Ooh, good block. Get around it. Ooh, Story.
Had a seam, didn't
Had
he?
a seam. Probably could have kept going, but again, what we're seeing compared to what other people are seeing and what they're seeing on the field with the kind of the narrowed scope here, Wildcats going to take over from their own 37-yard line.
If we don't get a quick score here like we have been, we just need to keep moving the ball. Keep our offense confident that we can keep moving the ball.
Yeah. Momentum is a big thing. And really, if the Wildcats can come out of this game feeling some momentum, I think that would be a pretty big positive. 3 receivers out to the right. Lewis has a guy in motion, has Coleman Blaylock. Blaylock struggling to get around.
Tough to get separation there. You got to,
yeah.
I mean, he did. He got it a little too late. Lewis a little too far out ahead of him, but the route concept was there. It was the right pass to make because he was in that single coverage.
And Blaylock, a returning all-league first-teamer, teams have planned for him. So, they
know what he's capable of.
Yeah, he's skilled. I mean, look at the way they're defending him. Force him to the outside. Lewis going to fire one deep. Ooh, great defense there. That was Goikoa, the quarterback, playing some good pass coverage there. Not want to get beat over the top again.
If he had thrown that ball into the middle, that was there.
Yeah, the route tree sometimes it feels like
the game's going to slow down for Porter eventually. It's not there yet.
Yeah,
right.
It's a really fast game, like you said, with those white jerseys coming at you.
Yeah, he's taking some licks, so he's trying. But
he's going to watch this game and he's going to look and he's going to go, okay, what does this feel like when I'm down in the field? And he's going to be a junior and he's going to be way ahead of this.
Yeah, this is another situation. Oh, what a great look there. Oh. Oof. That was a good ball.
That was a very good ball.
His throws look better, don't they? I think you said jitters.
Yes, yep.
And I think he looks like he's settled in.
He's cleaned them up.
They're clean throws, and they're there.
And nothing against Grangeville. I mean, their coverage is there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, the last two passes have been really well defended.
So, hindsight, armchair quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe you let him settle in a little bit.
Absolutely.
Before you go 3 and out 2 or 3 times at the first quarter.
Yes.
And even if you do, you burn clock.
Yes.
And you give your guys a little bit of a breather if they're not playing 2 ways. I get it. I think that absolutely.
The attempted block there. And Wildcats will turn it over here. Now it's about getting another stop. Wildcats got to get a stop here.
Yeah, it's do or die now. You got to stop it. And
if anything, it's to prove to yourself that you can.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 takeaways and 1 stop in this game. That's the way this game has gone.
Yes.
Another stop really is going to be the thing, like, prove you can. I've been watching, and we probably need to check and get an update on that Priest River St. Mary's ball game, because that one has some pretty far-reaching implications in this league. But with 9.5 left, down 20, get a stop, get off the field, maybe put another touchdown on the board. Who knows? Oh, Goikoa. Ooh, almost has opportunity. Good. He's going to roll out, and he's going to dive after gaining about 6. I don't know if he slipped. He looked like
he got tripped up by the 45-yard line stripe, I think.
No, that's the one that we lift up off the ground specifically for tripping players.
Shout out to Mike Lawley. Good job, Mike, keeping that stripe just a tad higher, just in case we need it.
I got to see Mike and the rest of the city crew before I got over here. They were down at the Hill Street Depot having a little dinner and drink. And once again, Teeters Field looking real nice. Numbers painted clearly. A few dark spots, but it's October. I think they're allowed at this point. Clock under 9 minutes now. Wildcats still trailing by 20. Handoff. Pox Leitner stopped short of the first down. 3rd and 2 now.
Speaking of the field, you got to remember the Storm, the Fitz League they have now, flag football, all these organizations use this field.
Yeah.
So it is
soccer.
It is well used.
Oh, gosh.
I'm glad.
Have you been here on a soccer day?
The youth soccer?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty crazy the amount of people here.
It is chaotic.
18-8. Priest River is leading.
Okay. So you heard that. Priest
11
River
minutes
on top.
left in the 4th.
Oh, no. Oh. Wildcats had an opportunity to finish a play deep. And I don't know if we've got some cramping on the field or what.
Looking that way.
He's a crampy little fella, I can tell you that much. Oh, maybe not. He's not cramping. He's laying there kind of shaking. I don't know if we got a replay on that.
No, we do have a replay, and we'll check it out.
Yeah, see what happened here. He comes up to make a play.
Oh, looks like he landed right on his brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got He's been dealing with an AC sprain since the game against North Fremont. Certain things really, maybe he had the wind knocked out of him. Who knows? Right here, keep an eye on it. Probably should toughen up. Can't be certain.
Oh, he's put in a good battle tonight. He's put his body out there. So,
yeah.
Again, we talk about these small schools playing two ways. You know, it's like you go 3 and out, and you go, well, you didn't give your defense a chance to rest. Well, your defense is your offense. Yeah. So
yeah.
It's kind of a moot point.
And Chevy Ward's been coming in on defense, giving him some reps off after some of those longer touchdown runs.
But these guys are all, and including Grangeville, these guys are playing a lot of them two ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Goikoa's in there in pass coverage, man.
Absolutely.
Like, he's handing the ball off, making some throws. He's going to throw one here. Van Vliet has an opportunity. Oh, and Cheney just not quite fast enough yet. And again, we're dealing with some young players. We've got a lot of sophomores out playing coverage, and it really is tough.
That's a great throw.
It's a good throw.
Holy
and
smokes.
Just right where Cheney, even if he was stride for stride, probably isn't going to be able to get a hand on it.
Not bad coverage. Great throw.
Yeah.
This point in the game, with the success they've had running, I am shocked that they are throwing the ball.
Me too.
And maybe just giving Goikoa an opportunity to work the arm out. There are, I think, anything can happen. This game's not over yet, but this Grangeville team definitely looks like a team that should be able to at least good blocking there. Oh. And we're going to get enough for a first down. I thought there might have been a hold there as Coleman Blaylock was trying to break off that block, but this is a Grangeville team that probably has some postseason aspirations. When you have a team that's this senior laden, and I think they're sitting at 5-2 right now. It's not quite like, you have expectations. You don't want to be that team who gets potentially a first-round bye at the state playoffs and then gets just absolutely railroaded when you play another team. This team has squared off with a couple of the better teams in the state, including West Jefferson. West Jefferson is one of the 2 losses on their schedule. So,
was that Poxleitner in space there?
I believe it was.
I feel like they got him out.
Yeah, because now
it was a dump to the flat, and once he got some.
I don't like the throwing thing, but I'll take that. Get
some
that
field
guy
in front of him
anywhere.
Yeah.
Poxleitner is absolutely a pleasure to watch. You almost get kind of jealous, like you'd like to have one in Kellogg. So it looks like McDonald's might be done. They're taking pads off right now, down here on the bench. Goikoa rolls out. And he's going to run one in. He's going to stretch it out to 48-22. Wildcats down here had an opportunity to tighten this up again.
Well, it's refreshing to see a team not give up, and
not
that we expected them to. We weren't saying that, but also respect to Grangeville for saying, all right, we're going to match your punch. We're going to keep doing our thing. And I can see where teams have fought back against Grangeville because they do have weaknesses, but.
Oh, yes. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's.
Goikoa going to run one in.
Dirty dog corner. First mentioned maybe in a game or two of the dirty dog corner, but.
And Wildcats here, going to have to do something on offense. Got to make this respectable again. Just under 6 minutes left. Just under 6 minutes. I apologize.
Yep.
38-point deficit, so not enough for the running clock to kick in. So.
We've got another score under our belt.
I think so.
Yeah, 100%.
Consistency of our game on both sides of the ball is lacking.
It is, and we've had those big hitters, right?
Yep, we blow out the
just
third
haven't
and
really grounded out.
Looking great on both sides, and then it kind of peters out a little bit.
Yeah. And it also comes down to the amount of manpower It really is important. Guys got to start coming out to play football. And then at the same time, like maybe until we have the numbers to run a legitimate JV program, we start getting guys, we have no problem making sophomores play significant varsity reps. Oh, good grab there, and goes down.
Well, and that's it too. A lot of our sophomores went from being secondary players on JV last year to now having to jump up and start and play a lot of minutes on the varsity side of things. So, we're young. We're really young when you figure that we got 6 of them that were graduating and 4 of them are on the line.
Right.
That
is a frightening reality that's going to have to be addressed a year from now. Where's the blocking going to come from? Because it's not like
maybe you've got your blueprint here.
We need to take some lessons here.
It's not your biggest guys. It's you put your guys that can move and can engage and create holes, especially when you're a school of Kellogg size. Shout out again to Uncle Pete. In the mid to early 70s, those linemen were not big, but they executed.
Fast and disciplined.
You knew you were in for an absolute marathon when you played those guys.
And that's fun to watch.
Yes. Fred Morris, legendary Kellogg coach. He didn't have big old lumbering linemen. He had guys that pulled and trapped, and he had backfield that were fast, and they were tough. And these kids are tough too, but there's all kinds of styles of football.
Right.
And you have to really find what you have in your roster. Maybe try to go out and grab a couple guys. You're walking down the hallway like, why aren't you playing football? But overall, you got to max. Just like basketball, you guys coach basketball. Sometimes you don't have a post player
right.
that's going to be in the paint and dominate.
You got 5 smalls out at one time.
You got 5 smalls. Yep.
The only difference there is in a game where getting a push up front. Sometimes that size. When you don't have it, good grab there by Blaylock. You can have size that maybe isn't as athletic as this, and you can get away with it, just because the sheer physics. Oh no!
Somebody said something.
And it looks like it might have been Grangeville. So we're gonna get 15 yards there, unsportsmanlike conduct. Grangeville.
Right away, like we're not even discussing this. We're moving that ball this way. Somebody said something that was not even discussable.
Yeah. And it looks like I believe the penalty might have been on number 12. That's Will Told. That said something down here to Blaylock. Allegedly. I'm sorry. 18.
18. Yeah.
18. So Troy Long. So the exact same amount of letters in the name, just a different name entirely. Also a sophomore wide receiver. So Grangeville has some of their backup guys in on defense. Goykoa going to come out of the game smart. Don't need him taking some sort of blindside block or things to get chippy and derail what's been, obviously a pretty quality season for the senior quarterback.
Very solid.
Yeah, good. And the running game, hats off to Grangeville. The rushing attack is
disciplined.
It's disciplined.
It's my one word.
And even if the Wildcats, big throw here, and I think it was grabbed.
It was grabbed by Wyatt.
Wyatt Story makes the catch right around the 10-yard line. And, even if the Wildcats had the juiced up offense or defensive line to handle this level of an offensive line, I still feel like this rushing attack would be lethal against. It's going to be fun to watch them later on against teams with maybe a little bit more defensive moxie. I'm going to watch the monitor here.
Yeah, because we got no angle. Thanks, Pixelot.
Roll out. Lewis going to fire one. Ooh, jump ball. Incomplete. And one of the strengths the Wildcats have had is some of these like quick slant plays and things of that nature. They've been really good.
I've sounded like a broken record on that all year because those little quick hits that we've been doing all year, it's good for 5, 7, whatever, and then it breaks out those longer ones.
Yeah. Lewis running for his life. Has a guy. And just flushed out. Looks like back at the line of scrimmage. Third and 11 now. Wildcats have the opportunity to still get a first down here. Lewis fires deep. Had him. Story had his head turned the wrong way at first.
Then lost the ball.
He lost the ball in the comeback, man. That stinks. Good ball there by Porter. Good route by Story. Just got to get your eyes in the right spot.
I'm going to say they go ahead and pass on this one.
Yeah. And as much as you don't want to devalue what Andrew Lewis brings to the table, when you find yourself in these games where maybe your rushing attack just isn't getting it done, it may behoove you to stack your line a little bit. Andrew Lewis is a solid, and he can operate as maybe a blocking tight end who rolls out for some passes. And that went incomplete there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good coverage.
Good coverage by the Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
No, Andrew's had some pretty good games on the ball, or running the ball and stuff. It's hit and miss when we're depending on what team we're playing. And
last week he was a vital part of the Wildcats win over New Plymouth. And again, it's really weird how styles can clash, and New Plymouth is kind of built a little more to stop the run, not so much to defend the pass. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't surprise me that the game looks a lot different.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. Goikoa rolls out. Going to fire one deep across the middle. Cheney there on the tackle. Oh, incomplete. But it's just funny how styles contrast. But the real story of this game is, we got to be asking ourselves, can the Wildcats tackle, man? Right now, the easy answer is no. We've seen some glimpses, but consistently, they're going to have to be able to tackle in order to have any success. I mean, if that's next week against Priest River, if they beat Priest River and find themselves in the playoffs, they're going to have to tackle. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves, I don't want to say embarrassed, but I think that's really the word to use there.
So what was the score of Priest River St. Mary's?
It was 18-8 when I just looked. 11 minutes left. Priest River was up.
Who had the ball, do you know?
I do not. Let's see if I can bring it back up.
I mean, Priest River, really tough.
Yeah.
Considering they've had some down years. To take St. Mary's. St. Mary's is still going to be, I'm going to give them a few years of post-coach theft.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a struggle at times, but I still feel like they're well coached. I feel like they have lots of, they've got guys that have been in the program. So that'd be a big win for Priest River. So Kellogg will have their work cut out for them for sure, and being on the road, right? So they'll have to prove it.
Yeah.
18-8, St. Mary's ball. 9 minutes left.
3 minutes, 18 seconds here. Inside carry.
Guess
and Poxleitner. And, Poxleitner. Oh,
good job,
good chase
Ty.
down
Way
by
to keep
Ty
going.
there.
And a lot of, we talk about tackling too, but a lot of times if a guy's getting to you and you're already having fought off a guy or a guy scraped and it's not a clean look, it's difficult. It's an effective running scheme. They're getting touches on you. It makes it harder to. It's like screens in basketball. Yeah. How is this guy scoring so much? We know he's going to score. Well, people are setting good screens for him, and he's a smart player, and that's what you see here. So that's a miss. There are missed tackles, but when you're down in those trenches and you're a linebacker and you're getting guys pulling to your level, and you're having to fight that guy off just to get to Poxleitner.
And then when you fight that guy off, you got another one right behind him you got to fight off.
And Poxleitner's a tough runner.
Yeah, he runs
You got to
hard.
get a clean shot on him or you're not going to get him to the ground.
The legs do not stop with that kid.
Credit to Grangeville's scheme here. Look at that line that heavy set on the right there.
Ooh. Ike on the run on the carry.
That looks like not much of anything tonight, but that's 5 yards, 4 yards.
And then you also have 2 already downfield for that secondary blocking.
Yep. And when you're Kellogg, you're going, okay, it's when it happens over and over and over. Yeah. Credit to those guys kind of hanging in there but when you're on that defensive line, you've got to shed. You can't just engage a guy. You've got to figure out where it's going and shed him and muddy it up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to go off.
Oof. Ward.
Chevy Ward.
Flies in there, makes a great play. Just, got to finish the play there, man. So clock ticking. Looks like almost under 90 seconds here.
Yeah. Check that chat one more time. It's looking pretty clean.
We've got some guys in the game right now. Number 24, the running back, not on our roster here. Good tackle there by Talon White.
And Talon's very physical and disruptive.
Yeah.
Is he a sophomore?
Yes, sophomore.
So there's some youth there. There's definitely some potential.
And 50 seconds here. Goikoa hands it off again. And good penetration by White. 3rd down.
It's also worth noting at this point in the game. Now, I may jinx it. But it's tempting now to, throw a ball to a guy that hasn't been in the game or whatever. Credit to the Grangeville coach here. Running some pretty predictable running plays.
Yeah.
They're not giving up. They're not, but they're not running the score up. They're going to kneel on it.
There's a kneel there.
That's congratulations on a very solid victory and a classy ending to that victory.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think there was actually a lot of stuff that was really good. I think both teams came in, and again, it's really apparent that if the Wildcats can tackle, this is a much different game. This is a different feeling game. Wildcats' inability to tackle and finish plays makes this look a lot different than the actual story of the football game here.
Kellogg had spurts of really good things, just like we said earlier, the consistency of not keeping it halfway consistent.
Those quick 3 and outs.
Yep.
Even though you recovered 2 fumbles, you never made them really suffer for it.
Right.
You just gave it right back to them. We punted it, but,
Yeah.
So that'll do it senior night, Josh. That's it. And we're going to be back in Andrews tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Back in Andrews, we got volleyball at 12, 2, and 5. Wildcats taking on Orofino at 2. Grangeville taking on Priest River at noon. Winner of that noon game goes to state. Loser plays at 5 against the winner of the 2 o'clock game. Mm-hmm. So, busy week or a busy day for Kellogg Athletics. This is our final home football game. Wildcats still have a shot to punch a ticket to the state playoffs, but they're going to have to knock off Priest River next week. And not an easy task just yet. You don't want to count your chickens. But for Simon Miller, Cody Kroc, I'm Josh McDonald. Thank you so much for Wildcats Live. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later.